Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Queen Sugar Season 2, Episode 14, and the name of this episode is On These I Stand. First, let me apologize that this video is late. I've been under the weather this whole week, so I'm just going to do all these videos. I have this video as well as Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. And I also have a web series that I review, and I'm also going to post that one up as well. But again, let me offer my apologies for not delivering as I normally do. But I'm actually getting better now, so I'm actually happy to be back to give you guys another video. But before I get started, let me first offer my love and condolences to everyone that was affected by this horrible tragedy that we just experienced with the church shootings in Texas. Lord, I ask that you actually be there for those families, and that we as a people can come together in times of crisis, because there is just too much violence going on in this world, and we need to get back to a place where we can live, laugh, and love, and can actually, deal with each other in a better way. And I also send out my love and condolences to everyone that was affected by the tragedy in Vegas, as well as everyone that was affected by the hurricanes Harvey, Irma, Jose, and Maria. So, if you can give any type of relief or support to everyone that was affected by these tragedies, please do so, because it is our duty to help our fellow man. Now, let me begin with this episode. Now, I really wanted to go in on Dollar on the last episode, because a lot of my comrades did. First, let me shout out to Mike B, Randy, Random TV Reviews, Annette and Stanley, James Caldwell, Lady Nika, and my girl Kai of Ramblin' Reviews. I definitely loved all of their reviews, to this episode. But I really wanted to go in on Dollar last week, but the reason why I didn't was because my heart sank, just like Ralph Angels did in that moment when she revealed that news that Blue may not be his son. So the episode picks up where it left off. Ralph Angel looks as if like the wind has been knocked out of him, and only thing he could really say to Dollar is like, please don't do this to me. And he was just so distraught that he just got up and left, and she broke down. And you should have broke down, boo-boo, because you literally have victimized this entire family for 6 years. You already, in the back of your mind, was suspicious that Blue may not be his kid, but because it was convenient, he wanted to be a dad, and on top of it, he came from a good family. You just literally took the whole family for a ride. Nova, Charlie, Hollywood, and it's just, Darla has really created a mess, and it really begs the question, can they get back to where they were? Because it's like everything they have built up to this point has been a complete lie. And it's actually sad, because we next see the next scene where we have a scene with Darla and Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel's in the car driving, completely spaced out. She calls his phone, and he answers it. And I was actually surprised he answered it, but he answered it and didn't say anything. And she's just like, look, we need to deal with this. Won't you come back? And she's like, be mad at me, scream at me, yell at me, curse at me. And I'm like, oh, you want him to do all that so you can get off of that guilt. But no, he's going to let you sit in it. And I'm glad he did. Because then when she was like, look, I need you to just come home. And his answer was, what home? That broke her. And I was like, there you go, boo-boo. Now you realize you have officially broken that man, and everything you have built until this point is done. Now, the question is, can you build something new? And, can you two move past this? I mean, I think in all respect, I think they probably will still be cool, but right now, yeah, it looks really bad. Alright, so first let me talk about Micah. We see that Micah's going to this private school, and he looks. He's actually in the hall, you know, in like one of the main halls of his school building, and he looks and he sees that there's this, you know, there's pretty much this display up honoring this Confederate general, and it just baffles Micah because he says that everybody walks past this and never noticed it. And he even said that I never noticed it until today. And people just walk past it as if like it's supposed to be there. And then we actually see that this just really disturbs Micah throughout the episode. We see that he's having to sit down with Kiki. He's beating his pencil. She's like, could you please stop distracting me from doing my work? And he's like, and then he lets her know about that Confederate, you know, general being displayed in his school and how it really has made him sick to his stomach, that people are celebrating, you know, racism and brutality, and that it's being honored and being put on a pedestal to be looked at when it should be something that should be frowned upon. But I like Kiki because Kiki let him know, like, look, they are now leading demonstrations where they're tearing down Confederate monuments and statues. If you've got a problem with this, make some noise instead of distracting me while doing my homework. And I'm just like, that was so cool. And then we also see that he talks about it with Charlie. And he pretty much just says that, look, I don't understand why this is accepted in the South. And he's like, I hate it here. Because now he's starting to really see the actual dark side of being black in America, especially being black and being in the South. You know, some of these hard truths still exist there, and it exists throughout the country, but more so in the South. And you know, I like the fact that Charlie actually listened to him, but then she also added that, yeah, you do have that element in the South, but that didn't stop me from coming back. You know, there's community in the South, there's family in the South, there's love and brotherhood in the South. So she said that there are also positive things, even though you have that negative cloud. So I thought that was really good. Next, I'm going to talk about Nova. Now, Nova, you know, we see that I think the guy's name is Ram. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. You know, that's like her runner guy. You know, she used to, you know, give him a supply of weed, and his job would be to get, you know, her word out to the community about police brutality and also helping out the community. So what we see her do is that she calls Ram over and she gives him all of this expensive jewelry, pretty much the gifts that Mr. Robert Dubois gave her, because we saw that pearl necklace. And he was saying that, girl, this is some expensive stuff. You sure I mean, I can tell my man to hold on to it for a minute. And she was like, no, just, you know, cash it out and put it into the fund. So she's still, you know, building this fund, you know, to help out black men who are incarcerated. And we see that she's still taking this strong leadership stance. Then we actually get a scene with Nova where she actually gets a visit from this congresswoman whose name is Mother Brown, and she is played by the veteran actress herself, Beverly Todd. I love me some Beverly Todd. I loved her in Lean on Me. I loved her in Moving with Richard Pryor, and also I loved her in Clara's Heart. You know, definitely a veteran actress, and I loved her scene because she comes to tell Nova that she is very proud of the work she's done, and because of her leading that fight against Zika, the government has actually gave them a grant, you know, to Ward 9, and that they're going to create a council, and they want Nova to be a part of the council as to figure out how the money's going to be distributed and how is it going to be divided up. Nova's like, oh, I don't get down with that. That's not my thing. And Mother Brown was like, so what if it's not your thing? It's the right thing to do. It's never anybody's thing, honey. But you need to think about it. You know, the community needs you. And I was like, see, spoken like a true, you know, a true woman of wisdom. She just dropped you a seed, and she's going to let it grow and see what's going to happen with it. But I thought that was nice. Then this is the scene that really got me. And I'm definitely going to talk about this one really in depth. Nova pretty much is invited to this community get-together that Ram is hosting. Ram actually introduces her to three friends. One of the girls' name is Jasmine. The other girl name, I think, was Naya. And the girl, Naya, was real shady boots to Nova. was talking all this mess like, oh, so here it is, people done nearly lost their jobs and had to take off of work over this whole little Zika crisis that you started talking about. And again, it was proven that there was no Zika, but, you know, it makes me question, did you really talk about Zika because you was trying to get on TV and you're just trying to make a star out of yourself? And we're just reading her down like, look, you either going to be in the streets or you're going to be in the community. I mean, you're either going to be in the streets or you're going to be on the council. You can't be both. And pretty much she was saying, and then like Nova kind of stood in her and was like, look, I've done a lot for the community. Everybody knows I've been here for the community. And me being a part of the community is the reason why, you know, the government has given us a grant for the Ninth Ward. And she's like, oh, great. Just another way of them throwing money at us instead of actually solving the actual problem. So you need to figure out what you are part of. Either you're going to be a part of the streets or you're going to be on TV. You need to make a choice. Now, this is one thing that makes me sick with black people. Because once you see someone else winning, instead of us being supportive, we're quick to pull them down. It's like this crab in the barrel mentality that I got from Naya. Like, yeah, we need people in the streets and we need people in the council. We need people, you know, in higher levels of government that still represent the community but represent us in a higher form. They represent us in another plateau of the stratosphere. So it really makes me pissed off and it makes me sick when I see black people do this to each other. Because I'm, for one, I am a person that likes to celebrate black greatness. When I see my brother or my sister winning, I'm happy for them. I don't try to pick and choose and try to diminish them so I can feel good for 5 minutes. Because that's exactly what Naya got. She got 5 minutes and then walked away. She's just a bitter person and she was just looking to tear somebody down. And I just think it's stupid. And I'm glad that Ava DuVernay showed this in this episode, that this is a problem within the black structure that we need to change. That we need to stop being these, like, bullies and these crabs trying to pull everybody down. How are we going to get up if we don't raise up each other? And by empowering ourselves, we actually empower, you know, each other. So I thought that was a great scene. Next, I'm going to talk about Anvai. We see early in the episode, Anvai comes in with a white paper bag, and Hollywood is back in town. And if anything, Hollywood already knows something is up because she's like, Hollywood, what you doing back so early? Normally she's happy when he's back early, and he's like, girl, you should be happy I'm back, you know, because he had to go out of town, you know, for that rig job, and he's now back. And he also kind of notices that something ain't right because he asks her what's in the bag. She says, oh, nothing, just some vitamins and stuff, you know, and he can kind of tell that something ain't right with Vi and that Vi is holding back. So then we actually see that So then we see that Hollywood takes it upon himself to do some research. He's going through her stuff and she busts him. She's like, oh my God, really? How dare you go through my things? I don't go through your things, and what makes you think you want to go through my things? And he says that because I know something ain't right with you, Vi. First of all, over-the-counter medications come in a brown paper bag. You came in here with a white paper bag, so those are prescriptions. What's going on? So she's like, sit down, Hollywood. And she actually confesses to him that she has lupus. And he is shaken up. And then he's like, there's no cure for that. And he was like, and she's like, I know, but I'm going to manage it the best way I can. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna live with this and I'm going to make it work. And Hollywood was like, no, we're going to make this work. And she's like, oh no, there's no we. She's like, I'm not going to put you through this, Hollywood. I'm not Leanne. I'm not going to be a burden on you. And he said that you need to hush. Stop that. Because at the end of the day, I left my job for you. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, Vi? I'm here. You got me. And you're not Leanne. And just like you're not Leanne, I'm not Jimmy Deal. We are Hollywood and Vi, and we're going to make this work, and I'm not going nowhere. And I was like, Hollywood, yes! Hollywood's my man. Like, Hollywood is like that, is that black brother that we all need to aspire to be, because he is just the most realist in the show and one of the most realist individuals, and he just let her know, I'm not going nowhere, I'm sticking with you, and you need to tell the family. She's like, oh, no, and we saw that this made Vi break down, because she realized she got a man that's going to be by her side and he's not going to leave her alone. But then he let her know that, look, you're going to have to tell the children, you're going to have to let the rest of them know, because obviously this family, bad things happen with this family when they keep secrets. And we've seen this from time to time. And we've definitely seen this with Vi. Her keeping a secret that she at one point used to be part owner of the farm. Keeping secret about Charlie's mom and that whole situation. So we know that the family keeps secrets and they usually blow up. And one of them is that they're about to find out is the fact that, Ralph Angel may not be the father of Blue. And then I'm gonna talk about Darla and her mess. So Darla ends up picking up Blue from school because Ralph Angel is drove off, and we later find out what happened with Ralph Angel, and I'm gonna get to that. So then we see that she calls her mother, Darlene, over. Her and her mother talk, and the mother is pretty much knowing that, yeah, you just dropped a bomb on Ralph Angel, so he's probably not going to be... And she's like, I'm waiting for him to come home. I'm like, you crazy? You just dropped a bomb on this man that he may not be the father of that kid, and this man went to jail trying to rob, because he was robbing people to feed that child. We saw in the very first episode of Queen Sugar, he robbed a convenience store to give money to his father for caring for Blue. We knew that Ernest worked himself into the ground taking care of Blue. And you now decide to drop the bomb that this child may not be his? Girl, he may try to kill you when he gets back. So I'm thinking that's what her mother's thinking, like, he is going to need some time. So, and then she lets her know that, look, you're welcome to come back with me and your father. We'll manage, and you can bring Blue and you can give Ralph Angel some time to get through this. And Darla's like, I'm not going to take Blue away from the only family he's ever known. And his mother and her mother was like, look, we're his family too, and we're here to help you through this. But I'm like, that's going to be an issue, because Ralph Angel, he may feel some kind of way, but at the end of the day, he knows that Blue, he actually knows that, Blue is a part of that family. He also knows that Blue is his heart, even more so. So, you think you're going to leave with Blue? You might have a fight on your hands with that one, Darla, but we're going to see what's going to happen with that. Then, we actually see a scene where Hollywood finds Ralph Angel drunk like a skunk, and I think he found him on a boat or something like that. He literally brings him into the house. He is completely drunk, and we see that Vi is just completely blown away because she don't know what's going on. And if anything, I think, we're going to get more reveal for that, but that whole situation just shook up Vi, where Vi just literally prayed to God. She says, whatever this is, take it back. And it was not just dealing with, it's not just also dealing with the situation involving, herself, but the situation involving her family, because she already knows there's something up with Ralph Angel, and she's going to have to get to the bottom of it. But whatever it is not good, because Ralph Angel, we ain't never seen Ralph Angel that drunk. So also the guy, I also wanted to talk about Charlie. We actually saw that there are some farmers who actually met up with Charlie, and they decided to back out of bringing their cane to her mill because Landry has threatened their lease. So it's like Landry got his hands in everything, and now he's trying to pull away her customers because they are afraid of losing their lease on their home. They're not going to mill with her. But Charlie was like, "Won't you fight this?" And he's like, and the guy was like, "Look, we can't afford to do that." So we actually see that she actually decides to call, Martin Bellington, who is actually related to the Landrys and the Boudreaux, but he has 20,000 acres, and we saw a few episodes ago that Charlie's mother, Lorna, actually introduced them. She actually calls him, and it is plainly obvious that he is trying to get up in Charlie's pants. And Charlie's being very flirtatious too because she's trying to get the deal. But honey, the question is, how far are you willing to go to get that deal? So we pretty much see this going on, and we see that he's definitely flirting with her because then afterwards, when she's trying to talk business, he's trying to set up a date with her, and she's like, I got a boyfriend, and he's like, so soon after your divorce? Okay, that alone makes me not trust Martin because Martin knows a little bit too much, and he's reading into it. But then again, he did make a point, like, you just got out of a divorce. You should be trying to, you should be just living a little bit, not trying to get into another serious relationship. And then then afterwards, we see that later on, it's obvious that Martin is flirting with Charlie because he sends her this big basket over with all of these expensive liqueurs and wines and stuff. And Rennie pieced this, and he's like, really? So eventually he starts questioning Charlie, like, look, I know you got a game plan, but whatever your game plan is, I hope that you don't put all of your chips on the table. And I'm like, Rennie, you need to shut the hell up, because at the end of the damn day, you up here being jealous and shit, but on the last episode, you had your chance to get some banana cream pie for dessert, but you want to talk about forever and getting married and having children. So you screwed up your own chance to get banana cream pie. So now that somebody else is trying to get the banana cream pie, you can't be mad, because you had your window and you decided to go left field. I mean, because Remy's getting on my nerves to this point that you're not respecting the fact that she just got out of a divorce, and she has a teenage son who's soon about to go to college. Like, and you're already trying to wipe her up all over again. Like, you need to slow down. And I'm saying you should have just got the banana cream pie because she prepared it really nice for you that night, and you wanted to talk about forever. Now you see what forever is getting you. So I saw that, but I'm like, I do not trust Martin Bellington because at the end of the day, blood is thicker than water. And yeah, he may not be for the Landrys and the Boudreaux, but that's still his blood. So ain't no telling what's gonna happen there. So that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. But subscribe to that channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, I've started a GoFundMe. You can find that link in the description box. So like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I will be back with the next episode of Queen Sugar. So until then, everybody, take care.